What's up guys, and welcome to another Pokemon team building video. So it's definitely been quite a while since the last team builder video, and I apologize for that, but I really enjoy doing these. And I mean, I'm not like the greatest team builder ever, but I do try. But you guys seem to enjoy that last time. Let's see, I think the last video was for the OU tier. I'm pretty sure that was the Mega Altaria team if I'm not mistaken. But for this video, we're actually going to be dropping down from OU to UU, and we're going to build a UU team. So let's go ahead and hit the team builder, new team, set the format to UU. And as always, when you are building a team, you kind of want to have an idea already of what Pokemon you want to use so that you can build a team around it. So for the sake of this video, I'm actually going to be building a team around Sigilyph. It's a fun little psychic flying type Pokemon. I've been using it a lot lately. And it's definitely done some work for me. Now, Sigilyph is actually not even in UU. It's actually RU, which is a tier below UU. But I feel pretty confident in Sigilyph. I've been using it in the higher tiers like OU, and it's definitely done some work for me. So I'm pretty confident that even though Sigilyph is in RU, I'm pretty confident it'll do some work in UU. So as always, let's set the level to 50, and I'm kind of curious to see what shiny Sigilyph looks like. Not really digging the green, so I think we're going to leave it as a regular Sigilyph and make it a female, because I think that's what mine is in-game. Not that gender matters or anything, but, you know, whatever. And I always nickname my Sigilyph Pinata, just because it looks like a pinata to me for some reason, but you can nickname yours whatever you want if you're going to use this team. As for the item, we're actually going to be going with a Flame Orb here. And the Flame Orb set is actually a really cool set. I think it's pretty much Sigilyph's bread and butter set. This is pretty much what you'll see if you come across the Sigilyph. So for the ability, it's going to be Magic Guard. And Magic Guard is a wonderful ability because it negates passive damage from like Toxic or Burn or Stealth Rock, stuff like that. So that is a wonderful ability to have. And so for the moves, we're going to have Cosmic Power, Stored Power, Psycho Shift, and Roost as our final move. So I'll explain each move. Cosmic Power just raises our defense and special defense by 1 stage. Stored Power does more damage with the more boosts that you have. So these two moves basically go hand in hand. Psycho Shift is pretty much the move of choice here. As you see, we gave my Sigilyph a Flame Orb. What the Flame Orb does is after a turn, it actually burns me. But because of my Magic Guard ability, I actually don't take any damage from the burn. And Psycho Shift allows me to shift that burn to my opponent, so that's going to burn them, cutting their attack in half, and then they're going to take residual damage every turn. So Psycho Shift is so awesome. Basically, it is a 100% accurate Will-O-Wisp at this point. So that is pretty freaking awesome. And then of course Roost is just for recovery. So let's get into the stats. We're going to go with a Timid Nature, and that's going to increase our speed and cut our attack, which doesn't really matter because we are a special attacker anyway. So we can go ahead and set the IVs to our attack to 0. And we're going to run max HP, max speed, and the last 4 will go into special attack. And that is Sigilyph done. So for the second Pokemon on this team, we really need something. Because Sigilyph is a psychic flying type, it has an ass load of weaknesses. Let's see. It's weak to Ice, Rock, Dark, it's neutral to Bug. God, I know there's more than that. Let's see. Dark, Ice, Rock, Electric, Ice. Wait, I already said Ice. But yeah, you guys get the point. It is weak to a lot of types. So we need something that kind of walls all of those types, if something even exists. But I'm actually scrolling through here just because I'm curious. A Steel type wouldn't be bad. Where I just saw, yeah, Cobalion actually would be nice. Being a Steel fighting type, that actually resists all of those types, I think, unless... Actually, electric might be neutral, but other than that, it basically resists all of the things that Sigilyph is weak to, so I'm definitely thinking Cobalion. These two synergize really well, because Cobalion is weak to fighting, which Sigilyph 4 times resists, and it's also weak to psychic, which Sigilyph resists. Let's see, it's also weak to fighting, psychic, ground, which Sigilyph is immune to, being a flying type. So these two actually synergize really well together as far as their typings go. So once again, we're going to set the level to 50. I always make my Cobalion shiny just because I really like that blue color. I always nickname my Cobalion Seymore just because it sounds like a really smart name, I guess. I don't know. For the item, for the set I want to run, we're probably going to run with Leftovers as our item. So Leftovers. Ability Justified. Now, this ability is freaking amazing. So basically, if I get hit by a dark type attack, it raises my attack by 1 stage. So Sigilyph is weak to dark. So if I predict like a knockoff, I can just bring in Cobalion, take the knockoff. It is going to get rid of my Leftovers. But Cobalion actually resists the knockoff, and I get an attack boost to top it all off. That is insane. So that will actually work out pretty damn well. As far as moves go, let's see what you got. Ooh, it gets Taunt and Stealth Rocks. I'm actually... Let's turn this Cobalion into... I guess kind of like a support Cobalion. So we're gonna go with Taunt, Stealth Rocks, just to have Hazard Setter, and Taunt to, I guess, block my opponent from setting up or whatever. Close Combat for Stab, and one more move. I guess we'll run Dual Stab. Let's see, Iron Head. Yeah, we'll run Dual Stab because I'm a fighting steel type, so Dual Stab, Taunt prevents my opponent from using any like status moves, so basically they have to attack me. Stealth Rock just sets up entry hazards, so my opponent's going to take some damage every time they switch out. Close Combat just does damage, and Iron Head just does damage, so... Oh, and Iron Head does have that 30% chance to flinch the target, so that's nice too. But I think Cobalion's pretty much done. Let's go to the stats. And I think... Let's see, what is your speed looking like with an Adamant Nature? Yeah, I kind of want to run a Jolly Nature. Just to outspeed a lot of things. So I'm actually going to run like 220 speed. I'm going to max out my attack, of course. And the rest I'm just going to put in HP just to add some bulk. I think this is the set that I actually run on my Cobalion in-game, if I'm not mistaken, so yeah. Let's see, I pretty much explained everything here, so let's move on. One thing that I do see that this team is kind of missing is a good defensive core. And, what would be a good defensive core here? Usually in UU, the core that I use is the Alomomola and the Amoonguss core, just because I feel like they work out pretty well. Before I get to that, though, I kind of want a Pokemon with Levitate, just in case something happens to Sigilyph here. Obviously, Cobalion being weak to ground. Ground is a very common typing. Earthquake is probably one of the most common moves in the metagame. I kind of want a Pokemon with Levitate. So hopefully it'll let me search for Pokemon Levitate. It looks like it does. I don't want to use Rotom Heat, just because I use Rotom Heat so much. Eelektross would be good too, but once again, I use Eelektross like all the time. But actually, you know what? Eelektross wouldn't be bad because it literally has no weakness. So Eelektross would be pretty damn good here. It's an electric type with Levitate, so it has no weakness whatsoever, so that actually wouldn't be too bad. And I actually had this guy use a Coil Eelektross against me, and it swept me because I couldn't even touch the thing, so I'm actually going to try that set out myself. So we're going to go with a Coil Eelektross set. So the item is going to be probably Leftovers again. Nickname, I always nickname my Eelektross as Fleshlight. So Fleshlight the Eelektross. I also make my Eelektross as shiny just because I like the colors better. Ability Levitate makes me immune to ground. Alright, for the moves, obviously Coil. Coil, which raises my attack, defense, and accuracy. And the accuracy will actually come into play a little bit later. For the next move, I'm thinking Drain Punch just to have some form of recovery. So Drain Punch. Knock Off to get rid of items. And for the last move, we're going to go with Zap Cannon. And Zap Cannon is the move that really needs the accuracy boost from Coil. As you can see, it only has a 50% accuracy. So, yeah, we're definitely going to need that accuracy boost. But every time it lands, it has a 100% chance to paralyze my opponent. So that's actually pretty damn good. And paralyzing my opponent cuts their speed in half, so that would definitely help my team a lot. So that this looks pretty damn good. I'm actually really stoked to try this set out. As I said before, it swept me before, so we'll try it out and see how it goes. Alright, so we're running a mixed set here. So I think we're gonna need a minus speed nature and plus special defense. So that's gonna be a Sassy Nature. So we're gonna max special defense. We're gonna give you 244 in HP, and I guess the rest into defense, which is like 14 or whatever, or 12, whatever. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for Eelektross. Now, as I was saying before, I do want to run the Amoonguss Alomomola core, just because having two Pokemon with Regenerator is really nice. Regenerator is a really awesome ability, because every time I switch out, I regain 30% of my health back, so that's really nice. So where is... There's Alomomola. So we'll set the level to 50. What does shiny... What is it? I don't know. I kind of like pink better than purple. So we're gonna run with non-shiny Alomomola, and I always nickname my Alomomola Heartbeat. So yeah, we'll just roll with that. Item, God, I feel like I use Leftovers too much, but Leftovers is probably the item of choice here. So we have like 3 Leftovers Pokemon, unfortunately, but I think that's definitely the better way to go. As for the ability, I already said Regenerator is the ability of choice here. As far as moves go, what the fuck? This thing gets knockoff? Are you fucking... And Pain Split? What in the world? I've never seen knockoff on an Alomomola, or Pain Split for that matter. That is insane. Oh my god. I'm not gonna use it here, but that is, that's pretty interesting. Let's see. Let's go with Scald. Wish. Let's go with Protect. That way we can Wish Protect. And for the last move, let's go with Toxic. Just so that we can wear down my opponent's walls and possibly even their special attackers or whatever. This Alomomola is basically meant to be a dual wall, as in it can take physical and special attacks. So we're going to go with a Calm Nature, and I'm just going to use the spread that I always use. So it's like 232 in special defense, 244 in HP, and 32 defense. So as you can see, my defense and my special defense are almost the same, 103 and 104. That just allows me to take physical and special attacks really well with this monstrous HP stat. At level 50, my HP is 271. That is insane. That is insane HP. So this thing is going to be a monster. Plus I do have Scald, which has a 30% chance to burn, which cuts my opponent's attack in half. Wish and Protect, I can pass wishes to heal my teammates, or just annoy my opponent and Toxic Stall. Toxic it does more damage every turn. So for instance, the first turn it does like 6 damage, the next turn it does like 8, then the next turn it does like 12, and so on and so on. So that's really nice. So our next Pokemon, as you guys already know, is going to be Amoonguss. And I really like those two together, Amoonguss and Alomomola. That's such a weird name to say. But I always nickname my Amoonguss Just the Tip. And the item, I would say for the item we could either run Rocky Helmet or Black Sludge. And I kind of want to run Rocky Helmet. And basically what that does, every time my opponent hits me with a physical attack, they take 1/6 of their damage, or 1/6 of their HP and damage, so that's pretty nice. Set the level to 50, make you shiny because I like the purple better than the red. As for the ability, obviously it's going to be Regenerator, although you probably could use Effect Spore. That 30% chance to poison, paralyze, or put to sleep your opponent is really nice. But I think Regenerator is better here because we're going to be using Spore anyway. So Spore is going to put my opponent to sleep. For the next move, I feel like Giga Drain is a must, just for some recovery. Foul Play is actually a decent move on Amoonguss because my attack stat is so low. Foul Play actually uses my opponent's attack stat against them, so that's actually a pretty damn good move for a defensive Pokemon to use, so we're gonna roll with that. And for the last move, we could either go with Clear Smog or Sludge Bomb. And I think I'm gonna go with Clear Smog just because it eliminates my opponent's stat changes, so like if they start setting up with Swords Dance or Dragon Dance, I can just get rid of all their stat boosts, so that would be nice. And hopefully I don't get swept. But yeah, we're gonna go with a Bold Nature, and I forgot to do this for Amoonguss. Set my attack IVs to 0. We'll go ahead and do that for Amoonguss as well. Did we do that for Pinata? Yeah, we did. Alright, so we're going with a Bold Nature, max HP, max defense, rest in special defense. So that's Amoonguss down. So this team is actually looking pretty damn good. Now, for the last Pokemon, we really need like a big damage dealing Pokemon. And one of the hardest hitting Pokemon in the entire game resides in this tier. And that is Darmanitan. This thing hits like a fucking truck. Even in higher tiers, this thing is a monster. So I'm definitely going to use Darmanitan on this team. That way we kind of have the Fire, Water, Grass core thing going on. Not that Darmanitan is a bulky Pokemon, it's actually pretty frail. But this thing's just meant to hit really fucking hard, so we're going to do that. So the item is going to be a Choice Scarf. Let's go ahead and give you a nickname. Let's see, what does Heated Mo call his Darmanitan? I think it's Pocket Poop. And I think he names that Pocket Poop because one of Darmanitan's Pokédex entries says that trainers use Darmanitan's poop, like they put it in their pockets to keep warm or whatever in the winter. So we're going to name it Pocket Poop. And the ability is going to be Sheer Force, which powers up moves that have secondary effects but negates the secondary effect. So yeah, other than that, let's move on to the moves. We're going to go with, where's Flare Blitz? Flare Blitz, Earthquake, Rock Slide, and I think U-turn would probably be a good move here. That way we can switch out and maintain some momentum in the battle. So I think that is pretty much Darmanitan done. We're going to give him a Jolly Nature over Adamant, even though I'm Scarfed, because I want to be able to outspeed other Darmanitan on the off chance that they're Adamant. And that way I can just one-shot them with Earthquake. So that's pretty much it for this team. We're going to give it 4 into HP, max attack, and of course max speed. And that is pretty much it, guys. This team is done, as far as I can tell. This team actually synergizes pretty damn well. Like I said, Pinata has a lot of weaknesses, but Cobalion kind of fixes that. Cobalion is weak to ground, but we actually have 2 ground immunities right here. And I think Amoonguss is... It doesn't resist ground, but it is neutral, but Amoonguss has pretty high defense. So, Darmanitan's also weak to ground, but like I said, we do have the 2 immunities. Let's see. Pinata's weak to electric, but Fleshlight pretty much patches that up, as well as Amoonguss. Pinata's weak to ice, which Cobalion and Alomomola and even Darmanitan could probably take an ice type attack. But yeah, this team actually synergizes pretty damn well. So I'm looking forward to using this team in battle, and I'll definitely upload some videos with this team. Let me know how this team works for you guys. If you guys want to try it out, go ahead. And yeah, if you guys enjoy this video, leave a like. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Toodles.